Hey folks, Quill18 here with a video about great news, about good news, and about some bad news, depending on who you are. First, the great news is that you guys were incredible this past weekend. Together we helped raise over $5,000. No, we didn't help raise. Together we raised over $5,000 for sick kids, which is an amazing children's hospital here in basically my home province here in Canada. They do amazing, wonderful things, and just feels really good to be able to help them out. You guys were all amazing. We had a blast this weekend, had a great time doing the live stream, and thank you so much to everyone who helped fundraise. 253% of our goal, and probably about 4 times what we raised last year. Just absolutely stupendously good. Thanks to everyone who donated. Again, we had a great time on stream. I tried to read everyone's name on stream as the donations came in. Got pages and pages and pages of this stuff. You guys are fantastic. Of course, we were part of Team Get Waived, which raised a total of $13,452, and that is composed of myself and a few other really fantastic people, mostly all YouTubers, potentially all YouTubers. I'm actually not familiar with literally everyone who was on the team. Of course, they're wonderful Get Daved and Snapwave, I believe, were the main people to organize the event, and these guys go and get things organized months in advance. Grimmeth as well, he's fantastic, always have a great time doing some multiplayer stuff together, and unfortunately, I'm not really familiar with everyone else on the list, but obviously everyone who was part of Team Get Waived and everyone who donated to Team Get Waived are just super duper awesome people. So the good news is, if you missed the live stream, all week this week, I will be uploading some of the videos from the live stream. Now, you can go to twitch.tv and go to my channel, twitch.tv/Quill18, and go to past broadcasts and sort of watch more of or all, I guess, of the live stream there. But the sort of selections of the games themselves, I will be trying to upload throughout this week. So if you missed it, you're still going to get a chance to see that, and that's going to be great. The bad news is, if you were part of the live stream, well, all week I'm going to be uploading videos of the stuff you've already seen. However, this works out really well for me because I've actually, my current computer that I'm running is 3 years old, and it's time for me to rebuild it. So I'm going to be taking this week to do that. I just got my new hardware in. I've got, well, actually, I'll talk about that in just a second, but I'm going to be taking some time to rebuild the computer this week, so I'll be down and out for a couple of days, so all of our current Let's Plays are just going to be paused ever so slightly while I get my system rebuilt and make sure that all my sound and video hardware is working properly once again. So so good news or bad news, depending on if you saw all the games or not. But once again, thank you everyone who came out to support us during the live stream. It was amazing. So one of the questions I get quite often is, what are the specs of my computer? Now, I do have a link to that on my channel somewhere, I think. But just because I know, especially if I'm rebuilding it now, a lot of people are going to ask questions. So on towerdive.com, my website, which is not very frequently upgraded, 3 years ago I went and asked for help to build a new system so you can get the specs there. The big thing that is still in my current system is a GTX 570 video card, which is not super awesome or anything like that, but it works perfectly well for my means. I'm not actually upgrading this at all right now. I've also got like lots of hard drives. I got a couple of 1 terabytes here, but I've got a 2 or 3 terabyte on my system as well. The videos take up tons and tons and tons of hard drive space. The old processor, the one I'm recording this video on, is the Intel Core i7-2600K, and with originally 8 gigs of RAM, but has been bumped up to 16 gigs since then. Now, the new system is going to be the Intel i7-4630K, which is a 6-core processor, which doesn't make much sense for an average gamer. In fact, if you're an average gamer, my computer is going to be fine. If you run a lot of really high-end first-person shooters, you might want to bump up the video card, but other than that, you know, you're laughing with this current setup. But with the recording, it's very, very intense on the CPU, especially if I'm doing like rendering or post-processing or encoding, anything like that. So the 6-core processor is going to be really helpful for what I use it for. I wouldn't necessarily recommend going to that kind of hardware as a regular gamer, though. You're better off going with one that has fewer cores, saving a couple $100, and frankly, if it's got a higher clock rate, you're almost better off that way. Most of the rest of the gear is going to be the same. I am finally getting an SSD hard drive for my main systems drive, my main C drive, and it's nice. I have an SSD in my laptop, and it really does make the computer run so much faster. It's really, really unbelievable. The problem is, of course, the extra cost and relatively small size. And I do use my hard drive like a lot. I have a lot of stuff installed. I have a lot of programs installed, a lot of games installed, and they take up a lot of hard drive space. So even something like 256 gig hard drive is not enough to sort of keep all the games that I need to go around, because I switch games quite frequently. Obviously on the channel I have, you know, many different shows going on at once, and so I could fill up an SSD really fast like that. And if I'm just installing the game on a regular, you know, spindle drive, then what's the point of you know, then I'm not getting a speed increase. Like, good, oh, the SSD on my C drive will help Windows boot faster. Who cares? But now I'm getting a 750 gig SSD, which again, that sort of thing is probably overkill for most people, but for my specific needs, it's huge. Like, I can cheap out on the video card. I've got a 3-year-old video card in my system, and it's going to stay in my system because I don't need anything else. But the hard drive and the CPU, yeah, I'm still sticking with my 16 gigs RAM. So basically here I've got the 8 gig, and I got another one of those. So I've got 4 gigabyte sticks. There's slightly faster RAM out there. And if you overclock, you can go even beyond that. And the motherboard that I'm purchasing is actually going to be able to hold 8 sticks of RAM. So I could go all the way up to like a 64 gigs, I think is what it supports. And I may upgrade that in the future. I don't think I have a pressing need for that, although it would help with the video editing in Premiere. So we're gonna play that by ear. Anyway, that's the system. So this is my old system, the one that I'm currently recording this on. And yeah, this was January 10th, 2011. So this January is going to represent 3 years since this happened. So quite a long time for an upgrade, but this system was really, even though it actually wasn't that expensive when I put it together, it really was, well, especially the new processors had just came out. These Sanded Bridge processors had like come out that week basically, so that's why I got so much life out of all that, and hopefully I'll get a lot of life out of this one. Probably in 6 months to a year I'll look at upgrading my video card, just because I do need to keep pace with a few things here and there, but I'm waiting for, like, I don't know, the next refresh of all the video cards so I can get it in there nice and perfect timing for a brand new refresh. But for now, may as well save money by doing that. And yeah, other than that, I'm using the same case, same power supply, most of the same hard drives. I just have to replace the motherboard, the CPU, the hard drive, and the fan. Those are it, 4 components, and I'm going to get a pretty good system refresh. Of course, the 4 components I'm buying are basically going to cost me the same amount as my entire computer did 3 years ago, which is pretty freaky, but we're doing a lot more 1080p videos now, and that needs a hell of a lot more processing power. Anyway, that is it for the update. Can't wait for the new system to be up and running and for us to be continuing our Let's Plays. Civ 5's got to keep going. I do want to keep going with Sims 3 a little bit, even though that we didn't really get the job done in October. Other things on the docket include eventually, finally, maybe coming back to Dwarf Fortress. Good God, I want to play that game more, and it's just being so inconvenient to get back in there. And I swear there was something else going on that I can't remember. Maybe more Hearthstone, maybe more Tropico, and I was hoping to start our Let's Talk videos by now. I've got all these different topics I want to talk about, and just sort of babble on about something, you know, different, not necessarily game-oriented, although I'll probably do it while playing game. I want to do a weight loss video, I want to do an internet security video, and there was something else, and now I can't remember what it is, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that is it for this. Enough babbling on. See you on the other side of my computer. Bye-bye, folks.